Onshape has mapped many commands to keyboard shortcuts. You can learn them by selecting keyboard shortcuts from the Help menu. Two useful hotkeys include the Escape key to cancel you from most commands, and the spacebar, which clears your selection at any time. But the Shift key is one that I find most useful. It aids in the selection of sketch and assembly constraints, and takes a little practice to master. Let's walk through the basics. Suppose you have a sketch that's overdefined. When I mouse over a sketch entity, I can see its sketch constraints. Now I may want to select the constraint and delete it, but there's a problem. As I move my mouse, other entities may highlight and the constraint I want to delete may disappear. This is where Shift comes in. When I see the constraints I want to work with, depressing the Shift key temporarily locks their display, so I can select the exact constraint I want every time. I just hit delete and everything solves perfectly. Now let's look at Onshape assemblies. You may find that dynamic highlighting of inference points may create challenges when selecting mate connectors. For example, if I want to select the bottom center point of this hole, it's difficult because there are other faces that highlight as I move the mouse. But Shift solves the issue. When I see an inference point I like, I hold the Shift key, locking their display, while still letting me choose the desired mate connector. Okay, now let me show you an advanced use of the Shift key. I can use it earlier to help highlight inference points from specific surfaces or edges. I want to choose a mate connector from the small cylindrical surface. Getting that specific surface to highlight can be challenging without zooming in. There's just too many features in the area. But by depressing the Shift key with nothing highlighted, I can move my mouse over the entire model without dynamically highlighting inference points. When I get to the target face or edge, I release the Shift key and give the mouse a little wiggle. And now I'm selecting with surgical accuracy. When the desired inference points highlight, I again press the Shift key and select my mate connector. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature, and you'll begin shifting your selections into high gear.